It's me and Connor.
What?
Connor and me. We love talking Yankees, so grab a
Come
seat.
on.
New York at heart. We rep BX. Chat about the team with no BS. It's Captain's Convos. 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 Captain's Convos.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Captain's Corner. I'm Ryan. I got my co-host Connor here, and then we have a very special guest today, Brent Radlinsky, host of the 1420 Sports Bar podcast. I've hopped on his show a few times. It's always a good time, and our kind of motto together, I feel like, is it'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
So that's really what I've held on to this entire time as a Yankee fan, and it's kind of a life motto at this point. But how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on this beautiful Sunday. We were talking about the weather off air. You guys are getting nailed with something back there. 53 degrees, sun shining, and so am I today. This is good times.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially
a little jealous.
But we got a ton of snow recently. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos like New York City, but there are some cars that have been sitting there iced over for like days now. Like they've nowhere to put all the snow. It's unbelievable.
My wife's family lives up in Toronto, so it's not that far from you guys, obviously. And and there's a ton of snow there too. And like here, we got nothing. We probably could have been playing baseball here yesterday and today. It's so nice. It's been crazy. And February 1st, so yeah, it's been a thing.
Unbelievable. That's awesome. So our first question, we just kind of wanted to ask about. I mean, you're up in Canada, so Connor was asking me, and I was like, well, we could ask him. Like, where's the Yankee fandom start for you? You know, where's that?
Early on in my life, my grandfather was a Yankees guy, so I kind of just watched them games a little bit here and there. And then, obviously, when they started winning World Series and they get the Jeter years, that's 30 years ago now, guys. That's a long time. Like, before you boys were even born. So we got to get off that train a little bit, start winning some other champions. Probably around then when you really got watching it a lot more. It was such a great. I'm not a bandwagon jumper, but dynasties in general, I quite like them. I like when you think about hockey teams that go on win 3 or 4 in a row, and you're like, hey, this is kind of neat because you're never going to see it. I don't think you'll ever see it again in our lifetime. That Dodger debacle. We'll get into that a little bit later on, I'm sure. But just with that, it probably was a big thing. But it was pretty early on in life with my grandfather watching the Yankees way back when. So that's kind of when it started. I got a few years on you boys, so it was a lot of years ago when that kind of it all started getting going.
Yeah, we saw the tail end of Jeter, but yeah, that's fine. So you were saying how part of your family's from Toronto. What was it like during this past World Series? Is that kind of like from a U.S. perspective? Like, is that all of Canada's like Blue Jays heavy?
Like as soon as the Yankees were done doing whatever they were pretending to do back in October, I was full on for it with the Jays. Like it was my wife's a big Jays fan and her and everything else that being from Toronto. And then the whole country gets behind it. Like it's crazy no matter what it was. And it was so fun to watch and being a part of it. And then going from like you go to a bar, watch the game, and every place is packed 2 and 3 hours before the game. And everybody gets into it, even people who aren't baseball fans. It's just bandwagon going. And I'm all for it. Whenever the Jays are relevant, baseball dorks like me get a lot more people to talk to about the great game of baseball. So it was awesome. And then when it was over, November 1, I think it was a Saturday night. There was just a sense of disbelief. Like it's over. And you just like, it was a great run for everybody. And it was a lot of fun. And everybody just sat there. And then that Sunday morning, you almost had nothing to do. Like I watch baseball games no matter what, but the country was like, we've been following this thing for 2 months because they got hot and the playoffs were so great, and then it was just over, and it was kind of crappy. But no, they get behind it, and there's big buzz obviously with the Jays going into what they're doing this in the off season. But and it doesn't hurt that your team was really good last year. So
yeah.
And then coming out of nowhere like they did, like they finished there in last. People forget they're in last place in the East the year before, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go to they're a couple inches away. If IKF doesn't slide on that ground ball to second, they probably win the World Series. Right. And then there it is. So they were an inch away. The ghost of Yankees past IKF come back to haunt the Blue Jays, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you ever get any shit like at the bar watching games? I mean, not only are you not a Jays fan, but you're a fan of the rival of the Jays.
Oh yeah. Like the wife, she gets all dressed up in her Blue Jays garb, and I'm wearing a Yankees all my Yankee crap when I go out, and the people are just like, "What's shaking their head? What's going on here? What the?" Yeah, I'm like, it's fine. It's funny. The only time I actually almost got in a scrap, and I'm not a fighter by any means. Like, no way. I was at Yankee Stadium. This was in 2015, or it was 15 when the Jays won that magical run back then. And I was down there and I was talking to some guy, and he was pretty full of the brown liquor. I think he wasn't even drinking beer; it was everything else. And we got talking. I could tell they were Canadians, and he started talking. He started giving me grief that I wasn't cheering for the Jays. And he was going to kick my ass. He said, "I said, you're not going to kick my ass because I'm not going to fight you, man. Like, whatever." So the only time I've ever actually almost gotten in a fight was when I was in the States with a guy from Toronto wanting to beat me up. And I'm from Alberta, which is a 5-hour flight away. So, yeah. But people get a little bit crazy about that. And like, there's fandom and fandom, right? And you're just like, come on. It's at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Yeah.
No control over it. But some people take it to an extreme level, especially when it's the Yankees. I don't even think like people hate the Dodgers, but nothing like people hate the Yankees, and that's right across the board. No matter what fan base you are, if you could be a Baltimore Orioles fan or a Seattle Mariners fan or whoever it is, you wear a Yankee hat or a hoodie or whatever it might be, people are just going to hate you, which I don't understand. It's such a great franchise with great history, right, guys?
Absolutely, yeah.
Agree, yeah.
That's what we think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to touch on that great franchise, we can kind of dig into. I'm sure you have some opinions on the current state of the off season and the moves we have made.
Okay, before we get into that, I was driving home from Calgary last week.
Yeah, let's get into this first.
I was driving home from Calgary last week, and I was left the hotel. I saw you guys were putting some on, so I timed whatever. I bookmarked, and I was driving. First I heard, Ryan, you were popping off about that you were a 27 guy. You kept saying 27, 20. Don't do that. You might be the reason why if I go somewhere, someone wants to kick my ass.
Someone wants to fight you.
The 27 thing. Like you just said, you saw the end of the Jeter years. And so you're talking about Joe frickin' DiMaggio. Don't do that. Like that's number one. Don't.
I was on your side of that, by the way.
Yeah, I know you were, Connor. I was very proud of you. I was
listen.
This cat for sure.
We gotta go back and check the tapes because I think that I said last resort. I think I said
any resort.
Yeah.
I think I said I'm willing to pull it out if need be. And I am. I stand on that.
Okay, that's crazy.
Okay, that's one. Number two was your guys' stance on Volpe, that if he does this and if he does that, he's not. If he was just bad last year instead of horrific, the Yankees win the division.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be any better. Like, he's just not. And quit giving him the benefit of the doubt and being Mr. Positivity and rainbows and unicorns flying out of your ass, because Volpe is not the guy to get this done. And he's just not. So quit it. He's just not good enough. And there's a big enough sample size there that says he's not good enough. And I don't understand why Cashman has dug his heels in the sand so hard on this guy, saying, yeah, he's close. He's in year 3. You can be wrong about prospects. Most prospects don't make it. Like most guys who get drafted, they don't make it past AA. Most don't get by A ball. Why they're so on Volpe being good? Maybe he's just not. Maybe he's just not good enough. I think that's the fact.
I think we're with you on that. I think that part of what we were saying, I think, goes to the fact that they are going to start Volpe at short. Like we're with you. We've been talking about it. Like, we think Volpe hasn't been the answer. Like, he hasn't posted above a 700 OPS yet. But I think we're just like, we are trying to be positive because he's going to be the starting shortstop on opening day. Like, and whether I mean, we're with you on that 100%. He's not. Yeah. We're hoping to see a lot of Cabby. We're definitely been but we were even just, me and Connor were talking a little bit before, like, Cabby's not a major league shortstop. He should be kind of a bench piece a bit. Like, he's good defensively, he's fast. And so we're kind of stuck right now with 2 shortstops who I don't think should be especially for the Yankees. But
if Caballero is just bad and not horrific,
he's better than Volpe.
They're better.
Yeah.
They're still better off. They tied for the division. They don't have to play Boston in the first round. And you never know. You never know what could happen against the Jays. I'm not saying they're going to win, but you just never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been saying this whole offseason that in my mind he's just not on the team.
Who cares?
Yeah.
What are they paying him? Like, what are they paying him?
Can't be
600 grand, 700 grand? Who cares?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Go away.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yeah.
on the long-term injured reserve. You're out. See you later, and we're better off for it. You
I'm
can be
totally
wrong.
on the same page.
Prospects can be. You can be wrong about them. Who cares? Like they haven't even give Jones a chance. They're already saying he's going to. Like there's nowhere to put him. So you were wrong about that guy who was a top 100 prospect. You were wrong about that because he's past that prime now.
He hasn't played. Yeah.
Get rid of him too.
Mm-hmm.
Get something for it. I don't know. Like
and
Sunday
like
here, but yeah.
like you just said, I mean the percentage of prospects that actually pan out, like I mean you see these trades where people are complaining like, oh, that's such a big haul. It's like, okay, well you're assuming that even 2 of these 4 prospects are going to pan out. It's so hard to pan out as a professional baseball player. So 100% we everyone says it, but we hug these prospects until Jones is going to be 25 years old, and like we haven't got anything from him. I don't think he's really progressing. He plays well down there, but yeah, I don't know.
Like then you guys got taught, and I agree. Like with the Scooble thing,
Mm-hmm.
I say whatever you have,
Mm-hmm.
trade what it don't matter. You get rid of Dominguez, which we laughed about last time, Ryan. If you forgot he was even on the lineup.
Didn't even touch.
You trade Dominguez, you trade Jones, you trade pitchers, you trade catchers, you get rid of your wife, whoever it might be, to bring Scooble in. Like it doesn't matter. You trade everything. Bring him in because you're going to have a rotation come once Cole gets back, and who knows what that's going to be. He'll be great come August and September when he gets rolling. But if you can get Scooble this year, which is a big year for the Yankees, I think, why not get rid of all those guys that are the sample? Like I said earlier, the sample size, because they're just prospects, they're just guys. And Detroit's not going to sign Scooble, so they're going to get whatever they can. Because if the Yankees don't do it, the Dodgers will.
Yeah,
pretty simple.
Yeah, I went on a little bit of a rant. There was a lot of fans were freaking out about a potential package for Freddie Peralta. And it was like the same argument, like it's ridiculous that people want to hug on to these prospects when we could be so much better and we're in such a short window with Judge. Mm-hmm. You know, he's getting older, Cole is getting older. Like, it doesn't make any sense to hold on to these prospects when there's potential big moves that we could make.
Because you got, like you said, with Judge, he's on that ascension. How many more years you got of him? You got Jazz on a contract here, so he's going to be swinging the bat from his ass, doing whatever he can to put up big numbers. And that usually happens on contract years. And he had a really good year. He was 30 guy last year. Yeah. And then you have Cole coming back, and he's on the downhill slope. And you don't want to factor in Stanton on this, but Stanton's been pretty good when he stayed healthy, and that's ifs and buts with him. So you got your core there that could possibly maybe win one. And and they weren't that far away. It's not that bad. It wasn't that they were in the playoffs last year without Cole, right? And so you never know. And then they got a full year with Schlittler. I don't think that this team is that, but maybe because last year when they lost out, I was ready to sell all this crap around. I mean, I was done. Every year and then comes into February, oh yeah, rainbows, unicorns again. But I don't think it's that bad again. Like I think it's actually closer than people need to believe. You find an average shortstop, you're going to be better. Wells can't have as bad as the years he did last year. And then you never know. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a mistake to hang your hat on Grisham because at $22 million, because your season kind of depends on him. But if he can tie into a few again, I don't think he's going to hit 29 or 30 again. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I don't know, but I think like whatever you can get for like whatever you got to get rid of Scooble, get him. Because if you get 20 starts out of the guy, good. Because he's going to get if you got what's his name, Tucker got 70 million or 60 million. What's Scooble going to get? What's Sheen's going to get?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. What was your thoughts when you heard that? What he got there, $60 million?
I mean, I thought it was insane. Especially, he was the best free agent this year. Totally get that. He was playing at an MVP level the first half of last year before he got hurt and kind of tapered off. But he's like the fifth, sixth, seventh best player on the Dodgers. To be getting that kind of money is insane.
It's to me like you heard that number, and then when you heard later on that day that Bichette got 42, which is still more than Judge is getting, like what the heck's going on?
I think
Then you think
the
about,
bar is just raised like that. It's like the 40 is the new 30 basically with these contracts. It's kind of crazy.
well, I remember when A-Rod got that first $25 million deal, and everybody's like, what the now 25 is a shortstop. Like, whatever, here's a guy, here you go, whatever. But
Yeah.
when Tucker got that 60, you're like, what's going on? But then you think a little bit, get some you put the beer down and maybe start thinking logically a little bit, and you go, you know what? If it's a 4-year deal, you're going to get the best 4 years out of the guy instead of paying 10 years at 35 or 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're actually saving yourself $160 million if things go sideways after year 4. So if you have the money on the front end to spend it, all right, go ahead and do it. Because if he opts out, okay, fine, somebody else is going to pay that. So there's nobody else who can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a good point.
they've only got to pay $240 million instead of $350. Pretty good deal.
Absolutely. And that like you said about Grisham, just going back to that and kind of the offseason as a whole, I think me and Connor, we agree. We kind of play both sides, I think, in regards to the team. Like you said, like we tied for the division. We're the best offense in baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like run the same team out again. We're gonna we have a great squad. Now, what me and Connor did want to see though is the aggressiveness that the Mets and Dodgers showed. Like, I don't think there was any reason we couldn't go after the big names. Like, it felt like every podcast we would do, it's like, all right, like let's go get Freddie, and then all right, Freddie snatched up. Oh, Mackenzie Gore, that's a good. Okay, Mackenzie Gore's off the table. Like, there were so many names that could have taken the Yankees to like another level that I think we were hoping for. And then like you said, like we're praying that Trent Grisham has another. I don't think people realize how incredibly he overperformed like out of his mind. We're banking on that. We're banking on him to be another leadoff hitter that's going to hit 30 home runs, and like there's a lot of that. But yeah, I mean the team's great. Like you said, we're good. We're going to be great. It's just I don't know. You wish that you saw like that Cashman. We kind of do this every offseason, but you want to go get that guy. Like Ryan Weathers doesn't tip the scale. Like I don't know, but
yeah, it felt like we were so close, like you were saying. And then teams like the Blue Jays, I think this offseason have gone better.
mm-hmm.
So it's just like you just wanted to see them at least make like one splash move, like one move that really moved the needle. And it was just frustrating seeing all the other teams do that.
Hopefully they still have. They have time. So, but I don't know.
I know the options are dwindling though. You know,
absolutely.
You think how bad Williams was to start the season off last year? How many wins are left on the table just from him?
Yeah, it was brutal.
There's your season, right?
Yeah.
There, you win the division.
Addition by subtraction. We don't have DJ anymore sucking up bats, and
So I think that they're better. Like thanks, bye, see ya. All right, good. So like if they can find a way to leave Volpe down in Florida, and then you don't have Williams, you're plus 6 wins.
Full season of David Bednar. Like you got full season of the guys that we got at the deadline. Yeah.
And then Schlittler. So I mean, it's not like all hope isn't lost. And like everybody talks about the big bad Dodgers and everything else, but the gap isn't that big. Like what they can pay is, and what their lineup looks like. But the Toronto Blue Jays got with, like I said earlier on, 1 inch away from winning a World Series. So the gap isn't massive.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, the Jays should have won that World Series. They outplayed them. They on and on it goes. They didn't. Baseball happened throughout that series, but the gap isn't massive.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres almost took them out. Like, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. Just because you go and add guys doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like you said, Tucker's the 6th or 7th best guy on the team, and where do you put him on most teams? I don't know. I don't know. Like baseball is such a hard thing. Like you got to be all rolling the same direction, but you can't just put all stars every position and hope it works. Because and that was one thing that Joe Torre was so good at when he'd had that is he was able to manage egos. Whether Dave Roberts can do that out in LA is who knows. But I mean, you read reports and you read things about it's not like a scout there, but you read things about Tucker that he's not really a go getter, not really a clubhouse guy. And so are they better because they added more payroll? It looks like it, but you might not be. I don't know.
No one thought at the beginning of last season that the Blue Jays, like if you would have told me the Blue Jays were going to be in the World Series, I'd be like, I don't think so.
No.
So I mean, that's the beauty of baseball too. Is like the Dodgers. I mean, that roster is horrifying. Like there's no going around that. But it's baseball at the end of the day. There's 162 games. So much can happen. So I think like the doomsday kind of fans are like outrageous because like we have a good team and anything can happen. Like I said, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I think that I think there's still time to make a move. Do I think Cashman does it? No. But we'll see. And yeah, I don't know.
You'd like to see it, but it just doesn't work that way. Like you can't just go out and get everybody, and then and the way that the Yankees are their own worst enemy, right? When Steinbrenner back in, I think it was in November, he wasn't crying poor, but he said profits weren't that big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, read the room. That was my biggest like Jesus, man. Like people are struggling to do this and that, and you're crying about only making 80 million or whatever the number was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's 2 baseball players now, right? Like it's so you're like, don't cry poor because your franchise is worth this. Something's only worth what someone's going to pay for it. So like, is there anybody knocking on the door to buy the thing? But just you can't just keep buying and buying and buying and hope. And my thing, like we were talking earlier, Connor, obviously was like your window with these guys is getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
Yeah,
I'd mortgage the future every year if I could. If you go sign a guy here and sign a guy there, I'd say, all right, good enough. But and don't have any prospects because who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't win a World Series this year, next year, Alston's going on 16, 17 years now. If they would have got rid of whoever 5 years ago or 8 years ago, right on. Like the Gary Sanchez, they almost won one. But if you get rid of those guys early and make a trade here and there, and you improve your position because you're thinking long term. I don't care about long term. I don't have any long term left in me. Like I'm getting older. Like it's only. I hope I got a few more years left. I'm only 51, but you just eventually you want to start seeing some championships.
Yeah.
With any sport. Yeah. I don't know. Trade guys. Get rid of them. Doesn't produce. Get rid of them. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's only that easy. You need dance partners, right? And that's another thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who do you think is who do you think's the biggest competition for the Yankees in the AL?
I'd want to say the Jays, but I just don't see them doing it again. I mean, they caught lightning in a bottle a little bit because you don't go from being projected to losing or to last place the year before, and then all of a sudden being an inch away, like we said, and then not have a setback. And losing Bichette's a clubhouse guy. I think that was huge. They're a little bit older. They're not going to have Bichette pitching for in the bullpen. And I think I think they had Scherzer helping out there a little. Like it's just, I don't think they're going to have it. Baltimore is Baltimore. Boston's Boston. Like Boston made something, but Baltimore going and get Alonso is going to help them. But I'm not really scared of anybody. I think this is the Yankees division to lose still. And that could be just me just being a Yankee guy, but I still think they're the best team in the division. They have the most talent. But is it good enough? I don't know. Like it's all going to depend on Cole coming back, and if are we putting too much faith in Schlittler too? He's a rookie, basically. Yeah. Like what kind of fallbacks is he going to have? I don't. It's just I think they're just as good as anybody in the division.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like a lot of people would say the Blue Jays, and kind of like we were saying with Trent Grisham about him having to repeat a career year. You're expecting guys like Barger and Clement. I don't know, players like that to really repeat like crazy postseason runs, and play up to just a championship level. So it'll I don't know, it's interesting. I think we definitely are among those top teams.
Like Clement, he was a career minor leaguer, for a long time, and then he just got a little bit hot and he looked like Aaron Boone, so everybody kind of likes him and whatever, and he go. Like
you're similar.
Yeah, my wife thought that's Aaron Boone. I said, it's not Aaron. Shut up. Whatever. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like it's the France. Like I think the only thing holding the Yankees back is the Yankees themselves. I mean, we talked before, Ryan. Is like just the way they hang on to their analytics, and the way they hang their hat on everything. And every team uses them, but not everybody uses them properly. I think like it doesn't matter who's in charge. They could put one of us three yahoos in the dugout, and it would be the same. I think the only thing holding them back is themselves. In my own opinion, I don't know. It's just like the analytics say one thing, but your eyes don't work work all the time. And I come from we talked about before, Ryan. Like I come from a batting average is huge, right? And now we got guys who are hitting 220, and you're like, hey, right on, he hit 220. Like, oh, it wasn't like it's like you still don't. You got to get on base. And this all or nothing approach. I don't know what your thoughts are, Connor, on that, but I think getting on base. I know it's hard to score a run, getting 3 hits in a row, but you might. I mean, if you hit 300, it's better than hitting 200 in any day of the week. I think. I don't know.
I completely agree. I feel like, I don't know, whenever me and Ryan will watch highlights and look at past teams that were successful, like the 09 team, whatever, and the batting averages are always there. And I know it's a new league and everything, and like you said, there's a higher emphasis on slugging. But when guys are striking out so often, I feel like it's just good to have base runners, and you saw it with Jazz stealing and stuff. Like when there's chaos on the base paths, that leads to runs, and you don't always need the big home run. You don't always need to rely on that to get runs. So I definitely think we need to go more to a mixture, and go back to batting average a little. And it's also, I feel more enjoyable. There's obviously games where we'll hit 10 home runs, and that's great. But there's some games that are unwatchable.
Nothing happens when somebody strikes out. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen. You strike out 3 times, and you were talking to Ryan last week when you guys show about Volpe's behind on 94-mile-an-hour fastballs. Oh, and knock on that guy till they release him. Strikeouts, nothing can happen. You strike out, done. When you got games, and people are talking about the pitch clock and how that's helped speed up the game, and this and that's helped speed up the game. I think it's because of strikeouts, because the ball's never in play. There's so many strikeouts now. It's just what the heck? It's just, and nothing happens. And you put the ball in play, make them make a mistake. There might be an error. There might be something that you can get on. I mean, most of the time it does. But now these guys run so hard down first base. Sometimes they're just safe because they're making the defense make an error. It's not the old days when you had Cecil Fielder trotting down first when he was grounded out and hit to right field sometimes. It's the way it is, and it's just put the ball in play and anything can happen.
I think last postseason literally perfectly exemplifies both of those things, because Jarren Duran, he drops that ball how many times, but we put it in play, and Judge hits a line drive at him, drops it, we win the game. And then in terms of, I mean, 2 postseasons ago when we went to World Series, Judge was non-existent, right? And it felt like other guys, Stanton, Soto, they were still doing their job. And then last postseason, it flip-flops. Everyone was knocking on Judge. It's singles merchant. It's he batted 500, but it was all singles. It's well, if anyone else on the team could have done a single thing by putting the ball in play, those singles could have actually meant something. But maybe they didn't mean anything because the rest of the guys were batting 150. Not a single other player did anything last postseason. It's I don't know. Yeah, home runs are great, but singles, doubles, stealing bases, how have we gone so far away from it? I have no idea. But last season literally was the perfect example. I don't know.
It is strange how fast it's clicked, and how and even when I'm around college baseball a lot with my job, and in the summer I talk to the guys who come up here to play, and there's the analytics and the launch angle, blah blah blah, and there's the approach. If I hear one more time about I had a good approach today, you went 0 for 4.
What was the approach?
Right on, great approach. Yeah, your swing. You're close. Your swing's close. The other one that drives me nuts. That was a good swing. Yeah, you grounded out. Who cares? You're still out.
Yeah,
a bloop single over third base, or it might turn into a double. Is better than that was a great swing. Good approach. Shut up. You're still out. Hitting 148.
That's the same thing with Clay Holmes when he was on the team. All the stats pointed to he should be getting saves. These guys are squeaking grounders. It's I get that point, but at the end of the day, did he get the save? Did we win the game or did we lose the game? At one point is giving up. I don't know, and that's a tricky thing because you want a guy that's going to consistently get weak contact and all that. But if he's consistently losing games, but it's he shouldn't have gotten safe there. It's where's the line drawn? The results versus the process.
That was also, I feel poor management, because we did not have a defense made for that.
True.
We could not field those weak contact hits.
That's very
And
true.
we just kept throwing him out and saying that, and like obviously we saw the result. But that like drove me crazy.
Yeah, like everybody longs for the days of Mariano. He isn't coming out of that bullpen anymore, right? Like it's
Yeah.
just not, that doesn't work. It's just not like, oh, this, yeah, like I said, like that's 30 years ago now when he was first trotting out there as a setup guy. And so you're like, well, this doesn't always work that way. And the game evolves and the game changes. But like at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. If it doesn't work, change things up. And, why they go with the binder? Like I was a big, and Girardi, his nickname was the binder. I was a big Girardi guy, and they got rid of him in 2017. It still drives me nuts, but like eye test, and like it's weird how so many old school guys are in charge now, but they somehow the nerds have overtaken things, and the numbers don't lie until they do. I mean, it's like it's hard to win. Like we all agree on that. It's really hard to win, but give yourself a chance sometimes. Like just because this guy hit this and this guy hit this, sometimes this guy might just, you don't know what's going on between the guy's ears. You don't know what his wife and him are getting into. Like you don't know. And so sometimes the eyes have to take over, and you just don't get that anymore. It's just really odd.
There's no balance. There really should be a balance. You can look at the numbers and use them. They should be useful, but they can't be everything. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. But
I heard someone with you guys' thoughts on this. I heard it was Locked On Yankees. I was listening. They were saying that Goldschmidt might be lurking around looking for a contract. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't hate that, to be honest. If he's a bench bat,
God, I got to hear this.
If he's a bench bat, we need a righty bench bat. So I don't hate that, but he cannot take time away from Ben Rice. If he's going to be like a veteran, like help with Ben Rice's fielding and just mash lefties, I'm honestly all for that. But if he's like looking for like serious playing time, he cannot come back.
He was great.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll agree with that one. Right? Sorry, right? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he was great in the first half, and then he just fell off a cliff the second half. Like it was night and day with him. So.
Well, I think then age showed up, right?
Yeah,
like
and so you wonder how that's going to play out again.
He's a year older, and right. It just if nobody's like, if you're out there looking for a contract on February 1st and nobody else is offering anything, maybe there's a reason. Like 30 whatever teams can't be wrong. They can't be like, well, we're all trying to get younger but it's oh gosh, yeah. I don't know if I would bring back Goldschmidt. That's something the Yankees have kind of gotten away from, and I agree. It was always the shiny old toy. They're always looking to get all the time at the deadline, or at the fans would all. It was almost like WFAN or the Michael K show would almost force management into people. Like it was always like they would talk about this guy or that guy. Well, he's available. Let's go get him. And then they get him and he stinks, or he just doesn't do anything. It seems like that fan base has a way of lurking into the realm of Cashman unless it makes sense. Then he doesn't do it, which is strange. How many more years does he got?
That's a great question.
I don't know. I feel like Steinbrenner just backs him up like religiously. So
yeah, I honestly it's such a hard question to ask, because I feel like at this point, if it was going to be results based, it should have been a while ago. So I mean, and you hear everyone say it, like the Yankees love putting out a team that's going to make the playoffs, but recently we haven't put together the team that can actually finish the job. I don't know. I think he's going to be here for a much longer time. I don't see him going anytime soon.
Like what's a success, right? Winning a championship? Well, you can't win every year.
Yep.
Making the playoffs? Yeah. Winning around? Yeah. But then you get to that point where you make the playoffs and then you end up getting, what do you get? You get a couple playoff dates and you get a lower draft pick, but lower draft picks, and they're just prospects and whatever it might be. So you have to bottom out, because bottom out doesn't guarantee anything either. To get a guy who's 3 or 4 years away, this isn't hockey or football or basketball, where a guy comes out his rookie year and puts up unbelievable numbers. But a baseball player, you're not going to see him for 3 or 4 years. Yep. And so what's a success? Like there's how many other teams that would die for the Yankees, what they've done the last 10 years, let's say, right? They'd kill for that for whatever it's been. So I don't know. Like, are we just expecting too much? Are we expecting it to 28 so Ryan doesn't keep saying 27? I don't know. It's just I don't know. Like it's
That's a question. If we do win it soon, am I allowed to say 28? Is it better than 27?
No.
You sure?
No.
Yeah, no, it's very tough. That puts my mind in just like a whirlwind because, like you said, what is success? I think that Cashman puts together great rosters. I think that 27 other baseball teams would kill at the roster we have. Meanwhile, us as Yankee fans, we look at some of these guys like we're upset about them, but like you look at the names on our roster, it's unbelievable. And then the guys have to perform. Like this is like the tale of time for the Yankees since our last World Series. It's like, where does the blame go? Like you have Boone haters, you have Cashman haters, you have Steinbrenner haters, you have the players that just aren't performing, those types. So it's like it's like at the end of the day, we got to figure it out. Like the Blue Jays, they had guys that didn't play well all season, and then they come together, they put together a great postseason. A ball bounces the right way. Like it's just got to all come together. And I think Cashman has done a great job putting together good rosters personally. But yeah, I don't know. What is the success? It's a failure for Yankees if we don't win a World Series, but it's so hard to do. So
Yeah, and I think, like you were saying, like, with the winning, I do think he's going to be around a while, but it is insane not to make any changes.
yeah.
Whether that's him or Boone or, I don't know, mix up the players, but I don't know, that's easier said than done, but I feel like it's crazy not to change anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they did. Like they actually did. Like they didn't bring back Williams. That's a positive. They're gonna make sure Volpe's not gonna come out of Florida. You watch. Like they did, and they made the playoffs because of two guys that cost them X amount of games early, and they made the playoffs and had to play an extra round. That if they wouldn't have had to play, this is once again rainbows, unicorns. But I mean, the Jays handed them their ass. But if they didn't have to play that Boston series, you don't know. I don't know. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard because when you look like on paper, they are generally like the same names. Minus one or two, addition by subtraction. I get it. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
If they were in Milwaukee, this was a Milwaukee Yankees, this would be fantastic. We're running it back.
Yeah.
Right? Now, is it just a thing because of the media? And here's another thing. Are New York sports fans in general just lacking? I'm not going to say.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Intellectual honesty.
Yes.
Intellectual honesty is what I'm trying to say, because the Rangers stink, right? The Knicks haven't done anything in how long? Your football teams are awful. The Mets are the Mets. Is this just a thing of New York sports fans just being being unrealistic?
It's funny though, because like the Yankees are separate from that. I feel like the Yankees aren't. I mean, we haven't won in a while, but it's like we have to be the most spoiled, bratty fans like alive.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like I don't even know if I agree. Like I don't know. I don't even know.
I mean, I'll say like it definitely is maybe unrealistic, and yeah, we're putting back the same team that made it to the playoffs and we're won a bunch of games.
Game 5 of the World Series a year before.
Yeah,
a pitching change away in Game 1 that was stupid, and a drop ball in Game 5 from being up 3-2 themselves. And we're still mad about stuff.
Yeah, no, that is true.
How ridiculous that sounds.
It is. It is ridiculous. Yeah. No, I agree. When you word it like that, yeah, it is kind of dumb. But I think maybe, you know what, honestly, it's being fans of the other New York sports teams and just them being just like habitually terrible. I'm a Jets fan, so it's like the Yankees are my one chance to. I know it's rough.
One chance.
It's like my one chance to see gold. So it just, I don't know. I get a little
with the Jets and with the Giants, it's over quick.
Yeah.
Like it's over by week 3, 4.
Yeah.
You have an idea. Right? It's not going to go well. And with baseball, it drags on. Like it just drags you in for so long, and you just hope. And like And then the weather like you guys are having right now just drags you down. You think, okay, spring training's right around the corner. Hope seems eternal, and here we go. And then, here we go. And then it's just like the Boone June swoon they talk about. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it happens. They still win 94 games. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'll be like, come October, I'll be mad again, and I won't be all this, positive Brent thing. But I don't know. It's just, it's hard. I'd rather them win every year, but it's just not realistic, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You got to be excited for the season, even if we were bad. It's the Yankees. It's baseball. It's beautiful. Each podcast we've been kind of throwing up some random player and watching a couple of their highlights. So I have something.
Yeah, I've been listening. I've been watching. Yeah.
So we have today is let's get them up here. Oh nope, that's not
That's just our intro again.
Intro again. Let me see.
Yeah.
There we go. So today we got some Brett Gardner highlights, and me and Connor were talking a little bit before you hopped on. The other day I put together there's two like all-time Yankee lists, just like classics. And I was like, oh, who would win? And an overwhelming amount of people were telling me I was crazy for saying Brett Gardner is an all-time Yankee. I think for how long he played, how solid he was, and like Connor was mentioning it before, like since he left, like we've had a hole in left field that we've just been trying to fill. Like I think that Brett Gardner doesn't get enough like respect, honestly. But
100%, and a clubhouse guy.
Yeah, passionate. Like I don't know. I think he was incredible. But
it's my wife's favorite Yankee of all time.
I love that. See?
Yeah, favorite. She has I got her I was down there, went without her a few times, but whatever. We won't talk about that. But she sells her Brett Gardner jersey T-shirt that she wears all the time when watching games. Yeah, Gardner is an all-time great Yankee for that generation. Obviously, not actually. You know what? For all time, like it's a lot big number, but he's a top 100 guy for sure. Like maybe a top 75 guy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's guys obviously on the Mount Rushmore thing, but Gardner was great. Played hard. You remember that banging on the dugout roof a few years back, and just the fun that he would have. And he played hard. He didn't say a whole bunch. He'd get you some home runs. I was what year was it? 2019. He had a walk-off on a Sunday afternoon against Oakland. Me and my sister and brother were there. It wasn't too far from where we were sitting out in 104. And Gardner's great. Like, and just played hard. He's like when you're watching like American Legion baseball or high school baseball or even into college, if you had 9 of those guys in your team, you win every time. Absolutely. He's the kind of guy that coaches just love. And Gardner was great. Played hard, just a great, quiet guy. And it's too bad that that little bug rolled around in 2020 and he didn't get the send out he deserved and everything else, because he definitely deserved. I don't know about a Monument Park, but a send off of some kind, anyways. No, wow.
His numbers weren't unbelievable, but it was just the consistency and like the way he played, the way he wore the pinstripes. Like, one of my favorites too, and.
He knew left field, too, better than anyone in Yankee Stadium.
So good out there.
I mean, just read every ball right.
If they could draft a guy every year in their top 5 that's half as good as Brett Gardner, we're not having these discussions right now of them not winning championships.
Absolutely.
Seriously. You can have all the Aaron Judges you want and all the Garrett Coles you want, all these mega stars who are making $70 million a year now. You get a few guys like Brett Gardner out there, look out. Like you could kind of compare him a little bit because Posada had a lot more success ring wise, but they're the same kind of a player, great hard nosed kind of guys, right? So they're just because the core 4 that Posada gets. But if it was insert guy here, they're kind of the same player in different positions. But I think you guys know what I mean.
No,
Gardner's great. Wow, yeah.
Oh, so much fun to watch, and that kind of leads me to another question. If you could handpick a guy from previous Yankee teams and put him on the roster for this upcoming season, who do you think you would choose? And so I guess it kind of goes into what do you think the Yankees could use this year, and then who obviously the most talented. But
a Yankee from the past.
You could just right in there and just toss him off.
Get out, and I say to Grisham, you're gone. You and your 29 home runs, whatever you're going to hit this year, go away. Jeter's obviously easy for Volpe. That one's.
Too
but
easy.
I'm going to take my we got a dog back in October, Bernie. I need to after actually Bernie Williams.
Love
I
that.
put Bernie Williams in center field right now. Like right now. Like just he's more talented than Gardner. Obviously, I put Bernie Williams in a heartbeat. Like, and that's a no-brainer to me. Yeah,
that's a great.
And the postseason numbers for Bernie are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like that's my one regret as a Yankee guy is it was I never got to go to the old place, and then going to see those teams play a little bit, because it was magical watching on TV where you just knew they were going to come back and win. It didn't matter how fun those teams, because they were relentless. Hey, like they'd be behind, whatever. We got this taken care of, and until they didn't in 2001. But it was just awesome to watch, and it's just the way that team of superstars came together, like we talked a little bit earlier with Torrey, how he was able to just harness those guys. Because people forget, like when Steinbrenner was just buying guys and hoping that, and so Torrey had to get a guy in here and get a guy in there and just hope that they give him some at bats. And then when it came time to get things going, it worked. And I can't remember who I was talking to a few weeks ago about. I can't remember whether it was about the Dodgers, that. All these superstars and buying World Series, and I kind of and people said, well, the Yankees used to do it. I said, well, no. When the Yankees were flying in the 96 to 2000, then in 2009 they did buy a World Series, but those first 3 or 4, it was homegrown guys. I know they inserted guys here and there, but it wasn't like the Dodgers are doing now. Like it was a lot different. Obviously, core 4 plus Bernie were homegrown guys. And I don't think the Yankees, like when Steinbrenner was really starting to throw money around, that's when they weren't winning a whole bunch, when they were going out and getting guys. And then in 2009, obviously, when they went out and got CC and AJ Burnett and Teixeira, that's when they bought one, and it tended to work. But that, I don't know, like it's the Dodgers good for baseball or bad for baseball? Or is it just, it's what it is?
Connor, I'll let you take that.
I think kind of it is what it is, because I do think other sports teams could spend more, but it's bad for the Yankees.
it's really I feel like it's a double-edged sword, because like you just said, like other teams can do it, but then at the end of the day, it's like I just can't look at that roster and think that that's good for like, and they're coming off of 2 World Series wins, like. They went out and got the best closer in baseball, Kyle Tucker.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah. Edwin Diaz. Yeah. People, it's such a sneaky pickup. It's like one of the, but it's both. It's what Connor just said. Teams should go and do that as well. They should go and get the best guys, but like, it seems so lopsided that it's like where, I don't know.
It's like there's the have-nots, obviously, who can't spend that. But then you look at some guys who are putting money away and they're not spending anything on their teams. And you look at teams like Detroit, who mid-market, and they have a guy like Skubal, and they offered him. They lowballed. I think it was $35 million they offered him, and they're like, I'm not doing that. Got that in my ashtray, man. Like, I'm not a chance, right? So, and then you got teams like the Pittsburghs of the world. The Skeens is probably going to get $70 million. He could get $100 million whether the market's going, nice. And so they just can't. But then you see other teams that could do something. The Atlantas of the world, they don't do a whole bunch. There's got to be a happy medium in there somewhere. And I think we're gonna find out. I think at the end of this season that I think there's a lockout coming, because when Tucker got that deal for $60 a year, and not so much Ohtani, because that's a unicorn in itself, but the Tucker gets that deal. Every other, like most teams were like, thank you, we can't do that. There has to be a cap. I think a lot of teams probably said that, and they were like, right on. We weren't going to win a World Series anyways, so let's just reinforce it. How big the gap is between the have and have-nots. I think I don't know. I think it's going to be an ugly series, because like Bryce Harper, he's blasting Manfred last year, talking about we're not taking a salary cap. Well, eventually you're going to have to. Like if the owners just say we're not playing, we're just not playing, and then you have no money, and you're not too. And like you're going to see a big divide, I think, with the guys who made a bunch of money and have big contracts compared to the guys coming out of 3 years in the minors, or the whoever's of the world who are making $600,000. They're like, I only have 4 years of earning power in me, and then you're going to take away that from me. So I think you're going to see a big divide in the union itself too. Like I don't know. I think it's going to get ugly.
I think so too. And something with the Dodgers, the deferral of money is crazy. Like, how does that all tie in? Why are other teams doing it? Is it? I don't know.
I wish I was smart enough and had the wherewithal to read up on it, but it's just like I just balls and strikes and outs and safes. The rest of the stuff you just don't even know how it works. And like I was talking with somebody, he's a Dodger fan from around here, and they're talking about the Ohtani deal, and I said that Ohtani deal probably cost the Dodgers absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. If you think what the advertising they can do in Japan with Ohtani, that $70 million is nothing. Here, whatever. It's nothing. So that's another unfair advantage that the Dodgers have. Mm-hmm. But it's a business. If somebody else wanted it, like San Diego had a chance, the Angels had a chance. That he was staying on the West Coast. He was never going out Yankee way. Yeah. But everybody has that chance, right? And it's I don't know. It's just
you have to give the Dodgers that guy. You have to give them credit too, because obviously getting Ohtani is unbelievable in itself. But they had to have known that bringing him to LA would open up the doors and like attract other Japanese stars like Sasaki and Yamamoto. Like they had to have had some insight. Like if we get our hands on Ohtani, like it's going to open the gates and like we're going to be the favorites to land all these Japanese stars. And it is, I mean, Sasaki was the World Series MVP, Yamamoto incredible. Like I don't know, because like kudos to the Dodgers. I mean, I hate them, but it's also like you've constructed one of the best rosters I think we've seen in baseball. So
and they're not breaking any rules.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That's like if they were doing something nefarious, like they're not. Like it's not like they were the 2017 Astros.
Yeah.
So maybe everybody else should try what they're doing. I don't know. It's not like some of these guys don't like some of these owners aren't major corporations where this is just a toy to them. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think there has to be a cap, but I think there has to be a floor more so. I mean,
that's what I was gonna say, because I don't know if players are gonna go for a cap, but I think maybe a floor and like a cap on deferred money, like some combination of that might get you there. But there's got to be some change. But it'll be interesting to see what they do to try and work around that, and have both sides agree.
Definitely.
I don't think if the game goes away for 2 years, they'll have us three still watching it. But if it goes away, there could be big problems. People aren't going to come back. I mean, I don't think you're going to see Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa come back and say baseball all these years later again, right? I think that's past, and it's I don't know.
They'll be putting the weight of the world on the Savannah Bananas if that's the case. Alive.
I've never watched that. Like I've never just had the urge to. I think they do well and good on them, but I've just never had the urge to
yeah, I think the highlights are fun. Like I see like TikToks and stuff. Would I ever go to a game? I'm not really sure. I think it's fun. I think it's great. I think it's perfect for like people who aren't into baseball to like kind of just be exposed to it and like learn the game a little bit. And maybe that'll lead them to enjoying like actual baseball. So I definitely don't hate it. I think it's great. But like, yeah, I'm kind of with you. I don't know. Like the Globetrotters I love, but I think basketball is a sport like you can kind of get fun with it. Like in the nature of basketball, the moves you're doing can be exciting. Baseball is just like there's almost like too much just dancing and like performative for me to like agreed get into it. But I think it's fun. And it's huge. It's huge. I mean, they're selling out massive stadiums. It's unbelievable.
Well, they sold out Auburn, didn't they?
I think so. They were. I remember on
80,000 people, something stupid like that.
On New Year's Eve, you got like two Savannah Bananas like next to Ryan Seacrest or something like on
that was cringy. Actually, I was like, "What's the point of this?" Like, we were watching. Like, what?
It was so random. I don't know, but it's definitely not bad for the game. But
I mean, it brings in a younger audience. Mm-hmm. Anything that grows the sport is good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's fun seeing guys like Swisher and like I think Johnny Damon, like they go back and play with them. So it's cool to get former players involved and stuff like that. But
as gimmicky as some, the things they do might be, I mean, the athleticism to be doing like backflips and catching a ball.
I love when they like dribble it. Like, they field it and then like dribble, like literally dribble the baseball and then throw them. That's fun to me. That's skill. So it's cool to see the stuff that does take skill. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's something. Well, it kind of goes to show like the entertainment, like the summer college team that I'm involved with. You want the team to win, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment getting people in the stands, right? Like it's
absolutely.
like I shouldn't say this out loud, but if Leopards Bulls don't win or lose a championship, I don't really care. It's to get people in the building, and that's kind of my job is to make sure that happens. And if the team doesn't perform well, then whatever. But it's all the periphery stuff and the entertainment and that's going on. That's the most important thing. So you're trying to get people to spend people only have this much money in their pocket. So if I can get a percentage of that to come to watch a game or two, then my job's successful. But the Savannah fans have figured that out way ahead of me, obviously. But yeah, it's crazy.
I think it's incredible. Connor, Brent, anything you want to get out there? I got one question to end on. So if anyone's,
I actually have a question about your guys' thoughts on the Hall of Fame, talking on both sides of the mouth a little bit with Trent getting in. I was talking to somebody last week about this on my show, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. And I'm a Beltran guy. The only baseball I ever caught at a game, Beltran threw it up. I was in 104 again, and Beltran threw it up after the warm-ups between innings, and I reached in front of some kid, and I kept it.
I love that.
That kid probably has 40 of them, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so I kept it, and so I'm a big Beltran guy. And he's a great player, but he was kept out of obviously managing the Mets for his role in that 2017 thing. And because the steroid guys don't get in, but Beltran actually affected the outcome of games. Actually, he influenced his teammates to get it. Whereas a steroid guy, he was just making himself better. What's your thoughts on Beltran getting in the Hall of Fame?
It's tough because as a player, I think he definitely deserved to get in.
Yeah.
But like you said, the Astros is a huge stain on his legacy, in baseball. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that. Part of me, the fan growing up watching him, is kind of happy. But then as a current Yankees fan, kind of what the fuck? Why? Yeah. Why would someone like that be allowed in? So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that, but I don't think it's necessarily the best for baseball to let someone who is known, actively involved in a cheating scandal in. But I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts on steroid guys getting in?
Put them in.
See, I kind of agree.
If you're telling me that Jeff Kent is a Hall of Famer before Barry Bonds because Jeff Kent got to hit in front or behind Barry Bonds, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer through and through. He's probably one of the top 5 of all time, with or without. Alex Rodriguez, put him in. If Alex wasn't such a douche nozzle when he was doing it and just was, I did it, but trying to hide it and fake it and everything else and being the most, I still can't stop. He tricked me for a long time. He tricked me with that whole Forgive campaign that he had. Yeah, he got me. I actually got a helmet and a bat, a ball of his over there. I have to sell that on eBay.
I actually tweeted the other day just a picture of him, and I said, describe Alex Rodriguez in 3 words or less. I'd say 50% of them were Hall of Fame or amazing. Yeah. The other 50% just despise him as I
can't stand him as a human being. That fake smile and his stupid lisp that he's acquired over the years. I shouldn't say that. The guy's but just how phony he is, and that he doesn't do himself any favors in the court of public opinion. If he would just shut his mouth and be a human being, that documentary, I don't think I've just seen that. It was awesome about how much of a he was his own worst enemy, and his low self-esteem got the best of him, and that's all that was. And his desire to be the best. I think moving to the Yankees probably hurt him more because he was playing in the shadow of Jeter. And so his confidence went down and down and down and down. And the pressure of that contract got to him. But as far as the rest of those steroid guys, put them in. Yeah. It's not like everyone was doing it, but there was a large percentage that were doing it. And whatever, man. It's still a round ball, round bat. You got to hit it square.
Yeah.
You think of the home runs that Bonds hit after getting walked 300 times a year or whatever the number was. It's still unbelievable. In a non-hitters park in San Francisco at whatever it's called this week. But they're Hall of Fame guys.
Yeah.
Kent is in? Come on.
Yeah. So I totally agree with you. So if we're letting steroid guys in, and that's a form of cheating, then do you think Beltran, you just let it slide? But it feels a little grosser because he was actively, it's different. Steroids and the trash cans are very different.
I think that's way worse.
It's hugely different because, like I said, when you're doing steroids, you want yourself to get better. Like I'm doing this for a contract. I'm doing this to hit my that's a me thing. What they did was making the entire team better as a cohesive unit with a $10 broom and a trash can. They affected the outcome of games as a cohesive unit and as a franchise. You know, whereas a player, he could be on a last place team, Ryan Braun, and get an MVP, and he's gone 2 years later, right? So that's only making him better. It's not affecting the outcome of games per se. I think what Beltran and those guys did is way worse. Yes, because it affected my team, obviously. But I think it's way worse than anything that Barry Bonds did.
So you wouldn't let Beltran in?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I think I lean that way too.
It wouldn't have crossed my mind so much, Connor, if it wasn't because if it wasn't for the Mets shunning him once it came out. Like if one team went, "Oh, this is bad PR for us." Well, it's probably bad PR for the whole league to let him in. I mean, it was only 3 years afterwards, but it still hasn't gone away in my eyes. You know, it's been 9 years since that whole ordeal, but I think it's a way worse infraction than putting a needle in your ass, if that's how they were doing.
Yeah. Totally agree. And I think that should be a consensus that's way worse than steroids. And I think to your point that still around ball, still around bat. Look at Max Kepler, right? He got busted for roid use last season. What was his average? What was he hitting? You know what I mean? Was he hitting 70 home runs? I don't think so.
No.
There are guys that we don't even know about, and then two guys like Max Kepler who are doing steroids and they're still batting 210. Like the sport is still. I agree. I think get the guys who are did steroids in. I think because as a kid when A-Rod came out and he said that he did them, I was devastated. It kind of felt like I found out like my dad was like a murderer. That's literally how I felt as a kid. Like, there's no way that A-Rod was doing steroids. But like then you get older and you just kind of think, I don't know. Yeah, you wish he didn't do it, but in regards to the league wide, how many people were doing it, not even close to being as bad as what Beltran did. So if Beltran's in, there should be no excuse not to have the other guys in.
But when I was playing hockey in the early 90s, playing junior hockey, and then the steroids were big. Like it was massive. I can't even on air. I probably shouldn't talk about the holy. It was wow. Like it was very. And I looking back, I'm glad I didn't. But then looking back, I'm like, what if? What if? Like the higher road. Like you just never know what it could have been.
I think that's probably how a lot of guys go about it. They just think like, why wouldn't I do this to be the best I could possibly be? I mean. It's against the rules, so that's probably why some guys were like, no, I need to stick to being a morally sound person. But I can imagine it's very enticing to go from.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, what if? Yeah, it was a lot.
What if?
It was something. Yeah. Anyways,
that's so interesting.
I do have one more question, not baseball related, but what's your hockey team?
I am unfortunately a Toronto Maple Leafs guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and once again, it comes from family tie. I was kind of born into it. My cousin played for the Leafs in the early '80s, so we used to get to go to Edmonton when they were the high flying Oilers with Gretzky and that. And all
oh, that's awesome!
I used to go and watch those all the time. And so I go downstairs, dressing room, that kind of stuff with the Leafs, and they were terrible back then. So I kind of really, it's just one of those things. But once they're done, which was about 2 weeks ago, I go into because I'm not too far from Edmonton. So I'm an Oilers guy after the Leafs are done, which is usually October when the hockey season done. The Leafs are relevant for about 2 weeks, and they start to realize it's never going to happen again. So, but the Oilers are kind of they're flying a little bit, so they're probably my second favorite team for sure. But it's you guys watch much hockey?
Ryan does more than me. I'm a Rangers guy, just because of my dad, and Ryan, you're
Islanders, and Prior to this season, actually, I would watch occasionally, but this year I've been pretty locked in. I think it's so much fun to watch. I really do love hockey.
I've never understood why Americans don't like hockey more.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, it's fast, which you guys like. You know, it's violent, which you guys really like, and it's
some of us.
Just saying, I watch TV. Yeah. So, we're not doing it. I understand we don't get political on sports podcasts, but I watch. Like I've never understood why Americans just haven't gotten because the people who do watch it love it, and then it's just a non thing. Like it's way better than basketball, which in my opinion, but it's just I just never understood why Americans
That
haven't
is
grabbed
a
on.
great question. Yeah, it really should be much larger here. It's kind of
I do think it's starting to get more popular.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I went to my first live game a year ago. The Prudential Center. I saw the Devils play, and one of the best like in person, live sports experiences I've had. Just so much fun to see in person a hockey game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fast. Like it's crazy how the guys just go, and the game's changed a lot in the last 20 years or 10 years, even how much faster these guys are. You don't have those big knuckle draggers anymore. For reason. I do miss that part of the game.
And
yeah, the fights.
I'm big on like the hardest thing to do in sports is hitting a baseball. That's like till I die.
No doubt.
In terms of a sport in general, I mean, the talent it takes to be a professional hockey player is pretty unbelievable. Like step one, know how to skate. You eliminate like most of the world. Step two, the handling the puck, shooting the way they do, like the aggressiveness, like it's actually unbelievable. But
yeah, those blades are probably only about an eighth of an inch wide. Hey, so they're flying around there, and
crazy.
Learn it here when we're 3, so I mean, it's one of those things. But like it's not as much as it is anymore. But it wasn't even a matter of if you were going to play hockey growing up, was when like whether you played for 5 years or 10 years, whatever it might be. And like I still play rec hockey once in a while. It's not a very pretty sight, but yeah, it's just something that's just part of the country. The Olympics are coming up. That should be fun, eh, boys?
Yeah,
Canada versus USA.
Yeah,
I hope you kick your ass.
I'm stoked for the World Baseball Classic. I can't wait for
that's something that should get a little more juice. Yeah. I think like baseball fans like it, but it's something that should get a lot more juice because it's always a great event and it kind of kicks off the baseball season. I don't much like the pitch count rules. I get it. Like I totally get it because these guys are getting paid $40 million a year by their teams and you got to protect their arms. But it's a great event. How the other countries get behind it, like the Latin American countries. There's something going on with Puerto Rico insurance or something right now. But
I saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah, but that's a great event that should get a lot more juice. I know it does well over in Japan as well. But yeah, I love it personally. Yeah, Canada, we get our teeth kicked in that one. But
it's still a blast to watch. Yeah. The Dominican Republic team, their lineup is shaping up to be, I mean, ridiculous. Like I know USA's is stacked, and like I'm really excited about our pitching. Like you got Skeen, Screwball, like that's unbelievable to begin with. But the DR lineup is getting like, I mean, you're seeing like Vladdy's batting like 7th. You got Julio Rodriguez down there in the lineup. Like that's how good it is. It's scary, but it'll be fun.
That gets lost a lot with like because there's a lot of baseball teams. And there's a lot of 24th, 30th guy that are kind of drag it down. But if you broke like if Major League Baseball was to go down to 20 teams, the talent would be unbelievable.
Yeah,
it would be crazy how good it would be. Like it would change things up so much. You wouldn't. I don't think you'd have the dog days of August when you got who knows who's pitching for you some nights because of injuries and fatigue and rest days or whatever it might be. But yeah, the talent that they're like when you get this World Baseball Classic, best on best stuff, it's fantastic for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Also excited. A little side note: MLB The Show. Their cover is Aaron Judge as captain of Team USA. Very excited for that. A little side note. But shout out to Aaron Judge.
Is that like the Madden curse though? Get the cover of Madden, you're in trouble.
I hope not.
I have my contract. Don't put me on the cover, please. Yeah, just done.
Huge backtrack to earlier, but I mean, we're counting on Grisham to have a great season. We rely on this guy Judge to go out there and have historic seasons every year. It's actually unbelievable how much.
Yeah, he hit 53 last year. It's not even getting talked about.
I know.
53 home runs. You're like, yeah, it's just what he does.
But he doesn't. He better do it again this year.
There's a better chance that he won't. Like he's already had how many 50 career home run or 50 home run in his career.
Exactly.
There's probably a good chance he'll stop doing it one of these years. And then what?
Oh, I don't want to.
I don't even want to think about that. If he got hurt.
I can't even. I have to knock on wood. I can't even think about it.
Yeah. Something we talked about with Jabba was what his legacy will look like when it's all said and done if he doesn't win a ring. What's kind of your take on that? Is he still, top almost like Mount Rushmore type player, or without a ring?
Like the Mattingly type
See,
of
this
vibe.
is
Yeah.
this might be a dumb, and this isn't clickbait for you guys or nothing. This isn't a hot take. This is just a Brent original. If you don't win a championship, you don't go in the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
That's me. You got to win something because that's the whole point. You could have all the stats you want, blah, 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 swing from your ass every time up, hit 50 a year. You got to win. I think you have to have that because that's the whole point of playing. Because if you win, you make more. You obviously had a pretty good year or two or whatever it happened, and you probably get paid a lot more too. Not that Judge isn't getting paid, but I think to get in the Hall of Fame, you have to win a championship. And I think that's just what it is, because your Hall of Fame plaque can have all your stats on it, but if it doesn't say World Series champion on it or Stanley Cup champion or Super Bowl champion, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And maybe that's why Mattingly's not in at the end of the day. His career was pretty short, but I think you got to win. Like it's
even tougher.
Are you putting your hall? Are you putting a plaque of your hall, like a replica on your mantle? Probably not.
Yeah.
If you didn't win something.
It's even tougher for Judge
you put a World Series replica up on your mantle.
After dropping that fly ball too, like that's got to be part of it. Like, and I hate even thinking about it, but in regards to like legacy, like
that could be it.
The one time we do get to the World Series, respectfully, like he was abysmal, and like that's such a crucial moment. It's hard to. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even think about that. But
like I put the entire 2025 season on Volpe. The entire season. I do. I hate him. You can put that entire 2024 World Series on Aaron Judge.
You can. Unfortunately, you can.
Unfortunately. So that's his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Jeter was all time great, but he had a lot of pieces behind him, right?
That's just kind of how it shakes out sometimes.
Yeah.
Last year, Judge bats 500 in the postseason. We don't do it. No one cares that he batted 500.
Nobody cares.
No.
Yeah.
So.
Like he's okay if something would happen, if he I'm not gonna say he's gonna die or whatever. Let's just say tomorrow morning he wakes up and says, "I'm good." Is he in the Hall of Fame? He doesn't want to play anymore. I'm good. My wife, we're gonna have kids, live wherever.
I think he's got to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, like we were saying before, Jeff Kent is in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, Aaron Judge is in the Hall of Fame.
I think Jeff Kent has a championship.
Probably does.
I know, but just like which player would you rather have on your team, Jeff Kent or Aaron Judge?
One of these championships.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And then it's tough too because baseball.
No, I'd rather have Aaron Judge, obviously, but
baseball's such a team sport, so it's like it's tough too. It's you're not a quarterback of a football team where your offense runs through you, so that's kind of tricky too. It's like you said, Jeter had so much talent around him. Now Judge, obviously, I think he's had plenty of talent around him, so it's tough to say you can't get it done. But that's an interesting kind of conversation to have.
I was going to make a similar argument, Ryan, that it's a team sport. But I mean, like we were just saying, you can really pin a lot of 2024 completely on him. So it kind of like takes that argument away.
It does, unfortunately.
So I don't know. That's tough. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, though.
Actually,
he's for sure a Hall of Famer.
Okay. Posada's not in the Hall of Fame. Pettit's not in the Hall of Fame, right? Bernie's not in the Hall of Fame. Okay.
All of them should be, by the way.
If Judge has two more 50 home run seasons, the Yankees don't win anything. He retires 4 years from now. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Didn't win anything.
Right, I know.
On. King of a third world country. Look what I did. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. He'll probably have finished with like 5 MVPs, though. 4 or 5 MVPs.
Like, name a comparable player somewhere that's been really great for a long time and didn't win anything. Got to be somebody.
My first thought was Carmelo Anthony, but he's not comparable to Judge, I wouldn't say. But he was great.
Yeah, I mean, I think of like football quarterbacks that were great but never got the job done.
Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Got to win. I think you got to win. I don't know. Like, you look at it, okay, right now, let's say a comparable quarterback right now, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You put Josh Allen in the Hall of Fame if he has 3 more years, exactly the same as he's put together, doesn't do a thing in the playoffs. Is he a Hall of Famer? If he puts 3 of the seasons again, MVP candidates and on, is Josh Allen a Hall of Famer without winning?
I'll let you answer, Ryan.
Well, I'm on a different side because I think the sports are just totally different. Like if you're the QB of a team, it's most of it's on you. Judge is just not just, but I mean he's a huge part of the team, but he's not the 8 other guys. He's not pitching. I don't know.
Like a team is dependent on its quarterback.
Yeah.
But if so even more, Josh Allen probably isn't a Hall of Famer. He never got across the finish line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good
arguments.
I think it's hard though, because sometimes even like, I mean, now we're talking about the NFL, but like, you know, there's certain quarterbacks where like the team wins because of their defense. You know what I mean? Like, and then because they won the, you know, they have a ring in their book, like they're eligible for the Hall of Fame or like that type of talk, even if it was like the defense that kind of won the game for them in that moment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You just said the word that I was thinking, moments. I think moments really come into play when you talk about Hall of Fame too. Like numbers are everything, but moments are so crucial.
Part of history.
Yeah.
Because the Hall of Fame is a museum, right? It's part of history.
Judge's biggest moment.
If Judge doesn't get one, he'll always have that bobble and him saying, "Oh shit," dropping that ball.
That's his moment right now, which is frustrating because last year the moment could have been that 3-run homer off the pole. Like if that was his moment and we went to the World Series, I think that would have taken so much heat off that drop fly ball. But right now that drop is his moment. Unfortunately,
I mean, I would argue though that his moment, if you're arguing for him being in the Hall, could be like the 60-second home run that he hit.
So it's still not even the most Major League history.
I don't know. I'm just saying he has historic moments.
Yeah,
at least one. But I don't know. So he's definitely
in American League history. So not even in baseball. What I don't know. Like
right,
I'm not.
Where would you rank him?
I think he's an all-timer, but he's got to win something to get in.
Where would you rank him right now, all-time Yankees? Is he top 10? Is he top 5 for you? Where is he at?
He's in the top 10.
Top 10, okay.
Yeah,
I think that's a reasonable. That's a consensus, I'd say.
I mean, you haven't contributed to your 27 yet, so whatever. But it's just one of those.
I'm saving it.
And I would probably, I'm sure all the other people in the top 10 have won.
Multiple,
but they're probably all in the Hall of Fame. I would think, right?
So then is it important? Does he need it?
Well, if he's among those names, I think he's in the Hall of Fame. If you're thinking of him like in the context of like Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth and Jeter and Mo and all those guys, and he's in that conversation, I think if everyone else around him is a Hall of Famer,
it's
just him as a player, he's a Hall of Famer.
But their plaques in Monument Park or their plaques in Cooperstown say X amount of World Series, X amount of World Series, X amount of World Series. It just stops at second most home runs in whatever in a season. Not even, because he's not even third most in a season. Like huge numbers. But I'm not trying to hack on the guy, but you got to win something because he's behind Bonds, he's behind Sosa. He's behind McGuire in single season, right?
Yeah. I mean, no steroids.
4th most home runs in a season. Oh, there's something to write home about. I mean, it's
most without steroids.
Now, I pray that this conversation means nothing after we win the World Series this year.
Chase for 28. There it is.
The chase for 28. Listen, thank you so much for coming on. Connor, did you want to say something real quick?
I was just looking up, so Aaron Judge's career OPS is a 1.028. And looking at all the other, there's that's ranks 9th all time. There's only 8 people above him. Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Lou Gehrig, Barry Bonds, Jimmy Fox.
I sense a certain question coming.
I'm just saying, how's that not Hall of Fame?
No, I'll let this one stop till next time. We'll carry on.
Yeah. We'll pick it up next time.
Thank you so much for coming on. This was a blast. We'll have to hop on yours or have you on again. Yeah. It's always good talking ball, and we'll touch base when the season comes around, and hopefully we start off hot.
No, thanks a lot for having me, guys. A lot of fun. And we'll do it again for sure. Talk some baseball. And yeah, go Yankees. There you
Go
go.
Yankees.
We're going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right. Always is. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.